Hello everyone. The purpose of this webinar is to cover our July release on ChildTracks. It should be a very quick webinar. Here's the items that are getting changed, I don't want to say changed, but improvements are being made to. And I'm going to step down through these. I'll keep this very brief and very quick. The very first one is to incidents. And we ran into a problem on ChildTracks where on incidents, somebody that wasn't in the branch that the kid is placed in could not be on the notified list. And we wanted to, a lot of our customers have multiple branches, and they also have people at a corporate level that may be making those notifications. So what we did, we're talking about this list here. This list will only show up the people that are assigned to the branch this kid is placed in. To get past this, what we did is at a user level, if you go to table maintenance, users, and we'll look for Paul, you can now define a user to be on everybody's notification made by list. And you simply go to the user details for Paul, check that box, hit save, and then no matter what branch that incident is for, Paul will be on that list. Okay? And that's, again, the notifications made on an incident. The next thing is that we made two changes, the case manager page and the supervisor pages. Those are really nice enhancements that we made. So let me pull one of those up. I'm only going to show you on maybe a supervisor's page because it works the same way for both. Okay, on the dashboard, when you have a kid's name here, this letter here, if you click on that, it'll take you to the kid's client page. So now you don't have to do multiple clicks to get to that kid's everything page. The parentheses F means this kid's in foster care. The parentheses S means he's in services. If it's an R, it means he's in residential. That is also on the incomplete, the pending tasks, and to-do tasks. All four of them have that. So with that being said, I do want to go to caseworker's page and go over it real quick. Same way on the dashboard of caseworker, the client care tab has it. Client care incomplete. Contacts do not. It's really a different type of thing. Same way with progress and behavior. But pending tasks and to-do tasks also have it. So that's the first change. The second change, and you are going to really like this one, when you bring the menu over and you click on something over here. What used to happen, you click on this, it'd show up over here, then you had to click over here to get rid of that menu. Now when you click on that, the menu goes away automatically and you're at your whatever you selected from the menu. Okay, it's a huge change. I know it's really going to simplify the navigation on ChildTracks. So, okay, so that's the second change. The third change is on these 3 referral reports. We now have quick links to the kids' complete history page. So I'm going to step through those. The first report is under intake. It's called Find a Referral. I come in here and search. I get the referrals back. And again, you'll have in parentheses with a letter the program they're in, foster care, residential, or services. If you click on that, you get their complete history page. That's the first area we did it in, on the intake home page. On the search referrals, if I just come in here, I'm just going to do a wide open search. Again, on the resolution, and this is only for kids that were placed. If the kid was not placed, then obviously there's not a link because there's nothing to show you. But if you click on that F, you get the complete history page. And the third place we did it was under referral activity by date under the report submenu. Let me just set up a quick search. Again, if they were placed, you'll have a quick link to that kid's information, the kid's complete history page. So that was the third thing. Fourth thing is on client pictures. We had somebody bring to our attention that a lot of times now on client smartphones, when you save a picture, it actually saves as JPEG. So now, sorry, I didn't need to go that far. Now you can also save a JPEG. That's called JPEG. It's JPEG or a JPG. Those are the two standard file formats that smartphones are using. Before, you could only do JPG, so you'd have to open the picture on your PC, save it as a JPEG, or if it came off your phone as a JPEG, you'd have to save it on your PC, open it, and save it as a JPG to load it up to Child Tracks. Now you don't have to do that. Okay, the next change is Find a Youth. A very simple change, but it's very beneficial. We added the agency billing code. Okay, in the state of Indiana, this is very important. Each kid has a person ID, and this is where they keep those IDs when they get their remittance letters from the state. It's all by person ID, so there's a quick, easy way for them to find the youth based off of a person ID. Next change is client care supervisor review. I really have nothing to show you on this. What was happening is if you set a client care item to a single event and it was going to be incomplete when you first placed a kid, if you had supervisor review turned on for that item, you never got a chance to do the supervisor review. It would just finalize the thing and put it down below in the single events column and wouldn't stay up on the active screen until supervisor reviewed it. That's fixed. The next thing is a client care, the undo button on incomplete items. So you have a medical exam that says incomplete. The worker clicks on that word incomplete, enters it, saves it, schedules the next one a year later, and they did it wrong. Well, now when you click on the undo button on the one scheduled a year later, the worker will be able to redo that first one. Before, what had happened, you would undo it, and they would never be able to get the initial date back into it because there was a bug in the system. That has been taken care of. Client care treatment teams, I can show you this one. We just put character counters on the client care. Come on. Okay, let me get the placement information. Client care page. On the treatment team meeting, we now have character counters. So if I click in here and start typing, you get this counter up here. Now, right now, all three of these are wrong. They say 5,000 characters. It's not 5,000. It's 2,000 characters, but that'll be fixed by this weekend. So, but it count up as you type characters, unless you know how many characters you've done, so that you don't overflow it and lose your information. The next item is the contact type hourly billing. This really pertains only to one customer, but I'm going to go ahead and explain what we've done. Is before this change, when we set up client care types, we had to tell the system that Montgomery County pays for this, or Butler County, or Bexar County, or whatever county it was paid for this type of hourly contact. Well, now what we can do, we've taken it down to where, wrong screen. At an actual kid level, you can change these. So right now, anything that has a highlighted gray is not used anymore, but the ones without a highlight are still being used. So what I can basically do now is these four I can say bill to Montgomery County, and these three I can say bill to Medicaid. And the way I do that is click this edit button. Now if this says use agency billing, then what that means is whatever you have set up as the agency billing is going to use that. Okay, but let's say we wanted to bill therapy to somebody other than that Clark County. So let's say, pretend like Medicaid was on here. I could pick Medicaid, so that then anytime somebody entered a group therapy note, that hourly invoicing would go to the Medicaid agency. And then on the service contact billing page off the supervisor homepage, all those results now will show you at each individual line item who the payer is. So that's the main change to contacts that we've done. Next thing is Wisconsin invoicing. There's a separate webinar available for it. Same with Virginia invoicing. There will be. I'm still waiting on some rates for this, so I can't do the webinar until I know what these rates are. I should be getting those soon. I'll go over this in a second. The last two things on the change list is the new 1294 report and the twist report. These are Kentucky specific things, and there's a webinar about those two things specifically. On Indiana invoicing, let me go back to the system. We have these Indiana invoice tool. The state of Indiana has a system called KidTracks that they do all their invoicing. That our customers, the providers, have to do all their invoicing through. Well, all these tools are built to make that a very simple process. Okay, well, so the tools help you invoice, but then you get a remittance letter back. You know what you invoiced, and the remittance letter tells you what they did. Well, this tool here is a quick, easy way to upload that remittance letter to use in your outstanding ageable reports on ChildTracks. If any of our Indiana customers are interested in that, just get a hold of us, and we'll get you started with that tool. Well, that concludes this webinar. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, well, you all know we're available. So thanks. Bye-bye.